It got sidetracked on a legal interpretation by Alex Bickley. Now, I've had other attorneys tell me that maybe you ought to get another city attorney, and believe me, I like Alex, and I don't anticipate that possibility at all. But I do want to question him again and be sure that his interpretation is a correct one, and I would have to abide by his decision.
Another thing...
Let me be sure I haven't given a wrong impression there. I did not intend to fire either, or have fired either Mr. Bickley or Mr. McDonald.
You've differed with Mr. Bickley on the closed-door sessions of the City Council. Do you think now, as mayor, that you'll be able to change the practice?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. I think I'll be much more stringent on that matter than before.
And
I'll question him much more closely than before.
Will you walk, in other words, if you think a meeting is being held illegally, you will walk out and tell the press, or how will you?
I don't think as mayor that's going to be necessary. I'll just say, I would think as the leader of the council that I would be able to say, I don't agree that with this legal interpretation. I don't think this is a legal closed-door meeting, and or executive session, as they say, and I don't approve of it. And then if the rest of them want to stay there without the mayor, it would be a little strange to me, but then I'd come and tell the press, as I did once, you know.
The dues checkoff thing, Bickley's lobbying in behalf of the council, and closed meetings are areas of potential confrontation between Bickley and Wise. Here are Bickley's views given in an interview before Wise was elected. How do you separate your personal feelings from your role as city attorney, or do you?
Yes, I do, because I think I should be representing the city and its views when I'm acting as city attorney.
You've been criticized for lobbying in the legislature against the proposed dues checkoff for police. When do you feel you have enough of a representation from the council to speak for it as a body? For instance, here there are two who disagree with you.
Well, I don't think I can speak for them as a body unless I have a majority view and a majority feeling on it.
And before you do seek legislation or try to stop proposed legislation, you find out how every member of the council feels.
Well, I wouldn't say that every time I poll every member of the council. I know generally what they're interested in, what their philosophy is, and there's some things I have to act on just from the hip, so to speak.
Is it?
But generally I will check with them, or enough of them, to know what their feelings are.
Is it true that a prior council promised dues checkoff to police, and if so, can this kind of a promise be kept intact?
I don't know that there was any promise ever made. I was not a party to a promise. And if it was made, it would not be official and therefore could not be kept intact from one council to another.
You helped write the so-called open meeting resolution that speaks to the client-attorney relationship. In other words, a meeting can be closed, a meeting of the city council closed, if you feel it's important that you protect the relationship between yourself and the council. Is it possible to abuse this, and do you ever have any doubts about possibly abusing it?
I don't think there's any doubt that you can abuse any law. You can abuse any agreement. I have tried very hard not to abuse it. There are abuses in some areas, I understand, and from other places. I think our council and myself both have been very careful in this case.